All right, y'all. So we're officially back for part two of the Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I'm sorry, of the Daredevil live stream. So if anybody here is new to this stream, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Um, Again, this is part two, Daredevil season four, official part two. I did part one a little earlier, and then I had to kind of cancel out. So I'm back with part two right now. So if anybody is new to the stream, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Posted it on Twitter. Your boy is live right now. So, part one, I talked about the Sony and Marvel rift that is going on right now. Basically, Sony and Marvel are in a rift because neither one of them want to go with each other's ideas. So Sony basically wants to do a Spider-Man team up again with Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, whereas Marvel wants to do a standalone film, but I guess they want to add Daredevil and they want to add Ant Man into it, so it's a little different on their side than what they want to do. You know, both sides got different stories they want to go with, and so that's what I covered in part one. So that's just kind of a recap. And I said I want to go with Sony. I mean not Sony. I want to go with Marvel on this because I think the Marvel option to me just sounds like a better idea than what Sony wants to do. I have no issues with Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield teaming up, but I want to see more of a Spider-Man movie where he's by himself. I know that movie raked in a bunch of cash for Sony and Marvel, but we had that movie. Let's move on and do something different now. I want to see a villain. That's also what Marvel wants to do. They want to bring in a villain that hasn't been seen yet. I'm down with that. I want to see a different villain that hasn't been seen yet. I want them to go into a completely different direction. Now, I was looking online to see exactly what other news has been going on surrounding the Spider-Man movie, but there really hasn't been much talk. People are trying to talk about dates and stuff like that to see what could possibly be dropping, and there's really nothing dropping as far as like the dates or anything like that. And so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I know Tom Holland is I guess maybe nearing the end of his run as playing Spider-Man. I don't know. Um, I know that there's talks that there might be Miles Morales making an appearance in this, and maybe one day him having his own future film, standalone film. I'm down for that. So anybody coming in, please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your comment. I'm talking about the Sony Spider-Man Marvel Rift that's going on right now. I got like 7 people in one of my live streams when I did the Rippaverse live stream. This one here, I'm having trouble getting anybody in, but I'm gonna keep live streaming every Sunday. I changed the time from 7 to 1. Hopefully that'll get more people in here because it seems like more of my subscribers are online at 1 than it is at like 7, 8, and 9. So yeah, live streaming at 1. So let's go ahead and get straight into it, man. If anybody is new here, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. So I'll cover the Sony Spider-Man topic, and like I said, there's not really a whole lot to talk about except for Sony and Marvel being in a at odds about where they want to take the next Spider-Man movie to. Again, I'm all for the side of Marvel where they want to have him be his own film, but then there's talks of Daredevil and Ant-Man being in the movie, and I know what I'm thinking about is like, what's the difference between them doing a film with those three and a film with three Spider-Man, right? The difference is to me when you got the three Spider-Man is trying to bring back the fans from the the Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield from the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire days, and trying to suck them into the current thing that's going on with Spider Man. Going back and feeling that nostalgic feel versus just trying to rely on what's going on today. It's like WWE going back and grabbing old school wrestlers just to bring back some of the old school fans that may be fans back in the day, but not fans now. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. So that's why I think it'd be better for them to move forward with storylines that'll actually have a bigger impact if they stick with having Spider-Man and Ant-Man and Daredevil in this respective movie coming up. So all from Marvel on that one. So let's go ahead and talk about what's the next topic that I want to hear and talk about. So it was a little bit of the Yara discussion I want to talk about. So a lot of y'all probably know we're getting a Yara comic book at some point written by the Sasuke sisters. And I don't know who's doing the drawing. I think it's a chick that kind of looks like Yara, for real, but I don't know her name. I don't think she's from overseas or something like that. So we're gonna get in the Yara book soon. Definitely expect that unboxing and review on the way, and a live stream when I get that eventually. So right now we're just kind of waiting and seeing when that is going to be coming out. But I'm looking forward to reading it because I know Yara was like the big thing that everybody talked about. Yara was the big thing everybody really wanted to get into. So I'm looking forward to see what Eric July and his team is going to bring with Yara because I really think that book is going to be something good. The big shocker to me was the Alpha Core book. I didn't think that book was going to be good. I thought it was going to be all right, but just not as good as it was. So I was kind of surprised that book did um, as well as it did. So yeah, that was a shocker. That was a shocker. So I'm pretty sure everybody probably sitting up there watching the football games right now, but it's all good. I don't have a dog in that fight, so your boy is hanging out live streaming. If anybody wants to come join, I am here. I'm trying to live stream for at least an hour, so I still got a while to go. Um. Anyway, so yeah, Yara, Eric July's Rippaverse comic book could be coming or is coming. I'm just not sure when, because the way I thought it was gonna go was we were gonna get the Alpha Core book. I think it may be September, October, and then eventually we're gonna get the Yara book in maybe like December. So I'm surprised you're in January. We haven't gotten it yet. So I guess we'll have to wait to see what announcements Eric July has about the Yara book and then go from there. And so let's go ahead and jump straight to the next topic. That one was a pretty short one. The next topic that I do want to talk about is the new Iron Fist female lead. So if y'all don't know, we supposedly are getting a new Iron Fist. It's supposed to be a female, and honestly, I like the guy who played Iron Fist before. I think if you put the full machine behind him with Disney and Marvel, I think it could be much better. Excuse me, especially if they go in a different, in a much better direction. Now, rumor has it from what I've seen on Twitter, we're supposed to be getting a female lead, so we're not getting the chick. I'm sorry, we're not getting the guy who did it, who was Iron Fist before. They're saying the old Iron Fist, Danny Rand, can make an appearance, but he's not going to be the main lead. It's going to be a female lead. That's going to be, the main chick in the show. So with that being said, I'm all for females getting pushed and getting more of a spotlight, but um, I do want to see it evened out where it's guys and girls and not just a full team of females and less guys. Because I know everybody could be talking about the female agenda and females being pushed. Nah, freaking stop. You understand what I'm saying? So we supposedly getting a female lead Iron Fist, where the old actor Danny Rand, I forgot actually the guy's real name who actually played that character. Let me see. Iron Fist. Who was the guy who played the Iron Fist character? So Finn Jones was the guy who played Iron Fist. So they're saying that he's going to be basically a side character, and the female is going to be the main Iron Fist. So I don't know if he's going to be an Iron Fist along with her, or she's going to be the main character, or he's just going to be a regular dude with no powers, and the chick's going to be the new Iron Fist. So I don't know what they're going with that, but I want to see, just I don't know. I want to see something. I want to see it done right. I want to see it done well. So hopefully it's done right. Hopefully it's done well. But Iron Fist female lead is what's coming. I've actually done 2 videos talking about both of these topics. So y'all definitely could check those out. This is probably my latest 3 or 4 videos that I've done talking about both of these topics. So aside from that, that's a small topic that I wanted to talk about. So far I covered Spider-Man drama between Sony and Marvel. As y'all know, Sony wants to bring back Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield to do Spider-Man, where Marvel wants to do a simple standalone film where it's Spider-Man facing off against the villain that he's never faced before, but they want to bring in Ant-Man and Daredevil. So Sony leaning more towards bringing back Spider-Man of the past again, like the third film, and then you got Marvel wanting to lean towards him doing his own thing without having to bring in all these other different Spider-Man. And there's rumors that we could be getting Miles Morales. Topic number 2 was the Reaperverse, your comic book that we are looking at getting. Not sure how soon, but I'm sure soon enough. So that's the second thing that I dropped. The third topic is new Iron Fist, the female lead. So yes, we are getting, or possibly getting, it's a rumor, a new female lead Iron Fist coming. I'm not exactly sure when, but it's just a rumor right now. As y'all know, Finn Jones, aka Danny Rand, who played the Iron Fist in the Netflix TV shows, could be making a comeback, but it's nothing set in stone right now. So that's that with that. Let's see here. Let's see what the next topic is. So this is Fantastic Four news. I might do a whole video on this. So I'm gonna talk about this right here. So the Fantastic Four, what's going on is it's going through another rewrite. Now, from what I've seen, this is the third rewrite. It went through a rewrite in 2022, a rewrite in 2023, and now it's going through a rewrite in 2024. So I don't know what's going on with the Fantastic Four movie and why we haven't gotten anything for it yet. It's a little disappointing just for the simple fact that, you know, it should be further along. You know, I don't know what's going on with Marvel. I don't know what's going on with Disney, with Kevin Feige and all those executives over there. But they got to get it together because there's been a lot teased about the Fantastic Four along with Doctor Doom, because there's talks of bringing in Doctor Doom. There's talks of Doctor Doom coming into the MCU to replace King the Conqueror, but to me they can't do it if we're not getting a to me it doesn't make sense that they do it if we're not getting Fantastic Four. I think you gotta have Fantastic Four to introduce, you know, you gotta have a Fantastic Four if you want to bring in Doctor Doom. It just doesn't make sense why you have one and not the other. So it's going through a start rewrite. So, like I said, I don't know what's going on with Marvel lately. Some people think they dropped the ball after Avengers Endgame. Some people think they dropped the ball before Avengers Endgame. I just want to see them get right and get the team together and get a clear path to the next big movie. I'm actually looking online now and see when we're supposed to be getting the next Marvel Avengers film. Let me see, Marvel's next Avengers film. I'm curious about when we're supposed to be getting this. So let me see when this is coming out. So it says we're supposed to be getting. Let me see. The Kang Dynasty was delayed by Marvel and will now hit cinemas on May 1st, 2026. That's a move of 1 year from its initial release date of May 2025. And then I guess the Secret Wars is coming out in 2027. Wow. So we got a while before we see any of these damn movies. So that's a shocker and disappointing. I'm starting to see why a lot of fans are jumping off the Marvel bandwagon when it comes to this stuff, because there just hasn't been a whole lot to get excited about. But I don't want to turn this into that. This is about the Fantastic Four and why we haven't gotten them yet and why it's going on its third rewrite. Like I said, Disney, Marvel, you got to get your heads out of your backside and get it together, because I don't understand what y'all got going on with the third rewrite coming to the Fantastic Four. And like I said, I think they should I guess you can do it either way. You can introduce Doctor Doom and then eventually bring in Fantastic Four, or Fantastic Four first and have that go with Doctor Doom. Whichever direction they decide to go in. I'm down for either or. But I think that they should not give up on the Kang the Conqueror storyline yet. I think they should stick with that at least until they get at least until they finish that storyline completely. I know that it felt like they did, because at the end of Loki season 2, it felt like the King the Conqueror was being written out. But there's a lot of rumors online about who they want to bring in to play the next King the Conqueror, and so I definitely think that that's something they should continue. Focus on trying to build him up as the true big bad that he really can be. So I think they should wait to bring in Doctor Doom until they at least have a good script for the Fantastic Four, because right now it's going through a bunch of rewrites. I'm not sure what the issue is, what it is that Kevin Feige and his team is not feeling, but something's up with the Fantastic Four that they're not feeling. So, hey, what's going on, Blurred? So something's up with the Fantastic Four that obviously they are not feeling, and they gotta figure that out. They gotta figure that out. So, Fantastic Four news. It's going through another rewrite. I think it's supposed to start shooting in May. The rumor is that it could be getting the rumor is that it could be getting delayed because of the rewrites, and then you already know we had the after strike, so that pushed a lot of stuff back. So we're gonna have to wait and see exactly what's up with that. So it's a little disappointing, but not too surprising. So let's go ahead and jump into the next topic that we got here, which is the big topic, which is Daredevil Born Again going into season 4. They're bringing back a lot of former cast members when it comes to Daredevil, and I, for one, could not be happier about it. I'm happy to bring it back Foggy. I'm happy to bring it back Karen. I think that's the character's name. I know Foggy. Not too sure about Karen. I'm happy to bringing these characters back because I want to. I like to see original characters come back and continue on instead of them switching up and bringing in different characters for their TV shows and movies. So I'm happy that they're bringing these characters back. I think they're also bringing back the guy who played Bullseye. It's been a while since I watched the show, so they're bringing the band back together. I saw no reason for them to move forward with a completely different direction, kind of almost bringing the season 1 to Disney Plus instead of going on with season 4. But then I started to sit back and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Maybe because of, like, think about it with Spider-Man, right? When they decided to bring in Tom Holland, Marvel wanted to bring in their own Spider-Man instead of bringing in Andrew Garfield because that was Sony's pick. So they're doing it with Daredevil. They're saying we want to go with our own story instead of continue on with what Netflix was doing. So I can understand it, but I think that they should 100% honestly get it season 4. Bring the writers back who were bring the writers back who did the Netflix shows and have them come over and do the Disney Plus show. I understand it probably won't be as dark, as gritty as the Netflix show because it's Disney Plus, so they got to scale back on some of that. But I think it will still be a good show, a kick-ass show. So we got Cajun Blair coming in and saying, yeah, I seen where they bring back Bullseye. I seen where they bring Bullseye back. So, like I said, they're bringing the band back together. Some people are for it, some people aren't. I am for them bringing back the old gang. I'm for them going back to season 4. I've seen some photos that people were posting on YouTube. So I'm not the only one that's excited to talk about this. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to them bringing the band back together. So if y'all just jumping in, man, let me recap some of the topics. So the first one I talked about was the Spider-Man drama. If y'all don't know, Sony and Marvel are at a split in the road because Sony wants to bring in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and do another Spider-Man team-up film with them, where Marvel wants to do a Spider-Man film where I guess it's just him, but there's rumors of them possibly bringing back uh, not Andrew Garfield, but there's rumors of them bringing in Ant-Man and Daredevil. And honestly, in my opinion, I've said it. I want to see a standalone Spider-Man film where it really feels like his back is against the wall. I liked Homecoming. Did not care for Far From Home, and I liked No Way Home just because it felt like it was a completely different movie and a completely different setting than the first 2 films that we got. And Tom Holland says that he would come back to reprise his role as Spider-Man if the script was done right. And I'm all for him coming back as Spider-Man. Now, I did talk about this in my part 1 live stream that was like 10 minutes. I feel like um, Tom Holland shouldn't be allowed to do certain scenes in certain movies or even star in those shows because you're on a kids network and a lot of kids probably see you and they're smart kids. They go online, they look up stuff, and they see what you star in. So that's just my little thing I'm throwing out there. But I want to see a standalone Spider-Man film where you have Tom Holland Spider-Man by himself and not doing a bunch of team ups. I know it's hard for Sony to not want to play in that sandbox because you got all these other heroes that you can possibly write into the story and bring to this front. But I want to see Spider-Man by himself. I forgot there is one other rumor that we possibly could be getting the Kingpin in this Spider-Man movie because what was it? After Echo, you saw Kingpin flying back to New York and they're him looking at the TV and they're talking about the newscast talking about that the New York needs a new mayor. So I'm pretty sure he's got an idea of him being the mayor. And then I saw someone else's video where they were talking about they're gonna have Kingpin hire other people to do his dirty work for him to fight Spider-Man and all of his other people that he has issues with. So I think that's a cool idea that they bring in Kingpin because obviously he's been in the cartoon. He's been one of Spider-Man's biggest foes, even if he's had to hire other people to do the work for him. So I think that that's pretty cool. And so my second topic I talked about was the Rippaverse Yara comic book coming out. This is from Eric July and his team, the Rippaverse team. Now I did get the first two comic books in his line. I got the ISOM Rippaverse comic book, and I also have the ISOM issue number 2. I also have the Rippaverse Alpha Core number 1, and I did like Alpha Core much more than I liked the ISOM storyline. It was more entertaining. I know Yara, I think, is going to be the big money maker. This is something I probably should have said in my last one, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think Yara could possibly do maybe $1.4 million because Yara is going to be the big money maker that the Alpha Core did okay, but it didn't do what Isom did. But I think everybody is going to be looking forward to Yara because she's been the big talk because there's so much mystery around her character. The Alpha Core really weren't an exciting thing to look out for a lot of people who wanted to see, you know, them. So they turned out to be a shocker. I actually like their stuff, their story. So I'm looking forward to them in their next adventure more than I'm looking forward to the Isom book. But we got Yara on the way. I'm not sure when. Maybe sometime the next month. I don't think it's coming this month because even though Eric Schler has done his live streams, I haven't been watching them too much lately. But that's what the news with that. So Yara issue number 1 on the way. Definitely look out for when they let us know when it's available for the campaign. I'll be pre-ordering it, doing an unboxing, and doing a live stream for that. So definitely look out for that. Blair, thank you for stopping in. The third topic that I did want to talk about is the Fantastic Four going through rewrites again. For y'all that don't know, from what I read, this is the third rewrite that the Fantastic Four are going through. They went through it in 2022, 2023, and now going through it in 2024. The movie is supposed to start. Excuse me. The movie is supposed to start shooting in May. I'm not exactly sure what it is that Kevin Feige and his team have going on right now that they are not feeling this Fantastic Four storyline, but they got to get their ducks in a row because Marvel's been having some rough times over the last 3 years, ever since the end of Avengers Endgame. I guess it depends on who you ask. The people think it's the end of Endgame that really brought down that was the start of the end of Marvel. Some people think it happened before, but Fantastic Four going through another rewrite. I'm not sure what it is that Kevin Feige and his team don't like, but they got to get it together. So another topic I kind of wanted to sneak in here in between 4 and 5 is it looks like we're getting another Jurassic Park film. Now this movie is supposed to come out in 2025. Now I honestly feel like that's way too soon. I think we just got one like in 2022, so it's been like 2 years. I didn't really care for the last one. I was really expecting it more to be like in the city or something like that, where we were getting, the dinosaurs and the humans just, kind of more of like a post-apocalyptic setting is what I wanted to see. You know what I mean? I know we've gotten a lot of movies like that, but I think this really could have been good with the money that I think Universal owns the right to, maybe Paramount owns the right to Jurassic Park. I think it would have been even better because a lot of the stuff you see like that is more of like low version movies. You know what I'm saying? So Fantastic Four reportedly in the works. I think they even got the writer or direct, not the writer, but the director. No, the writer. The writer. Excuse me. I think they got the writer from the OG films, the first two films. Who wrote the first two? So yeah, that's what's going on with the new Jurassic Park. We're getting a new Jurassic one. They don't know if they're going to be able to bring back the old cast or if even the old cast from the most recent films are even still interested. From some of the rumors, I don't think they're bringing back the OG, any of the cast members from the last one. So I don't know if this is going to be a reboot or if this is going to be like a continuation, but with just a different cast. So, but I'm looking online now trying to see if there's any news. But as far as I know, they're not bringing back the cast who starred in the recent ones with Chris Pratt and them. So, but yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Jurassic World Dominion. That movie just didn't do it for me. Um, It was okay, but I just wish it would have been better than what it was. To anybody jumping in, this is my part two of my excuse me, Daredevil season two official part two live stream. I did part one a little earlier. It was 10 minutes. So to anybody jumping in, please hit the like and subscribe button. I am changing my live stream timers from 7 to 1 on Sundays if I can. If not, I'll keep it at 7. But that's the time I want to go with. I'm hoping to get more people in my live streams more often, but that's a little hard to do. I guess everybody's sitting at home watching the football game, so it is what it is. The boys gonna keep live streaming because I said I'm gonna keep live streaming um, every single Sunday. Um, because your boy is trying to reach that 4,000 watch time I watch by the end of this year. So that is another topic that I want to talk about. So the next thing I want to talk about, of course, I said Daredevil Born Again. It is bringing back the OG cast. I've seen people post about it on um, Twitter. I've seen people post about it on YouTube. We are getting the OG cast back for Daredevil season 4. I'm guessing this is what this is going to be, even though it's still called Daredevil Born Again for right now. And I like the idea of bringing the OG cast back. It seems like the only character we're not getting back is the chick who played Electra, Nachos. It seems like they're going to stick with the new chick. Not sure what happened to the old chick, but we're still getting the new chick. So that's that. With Electra. But I like the idea that they're bringing back the OG cast. They're even bringing back the guy who played Bullseye. I think that's a really cool idea. I'm just curious of the story because, as y'all know, Daredevil didn't wow um, Kevin Feige and his team. This current iteration of what they were bringing to us before it got dropped, they did not like. So I'm honestly trying to be optimistic about it. I'm a little worried just because I want to see what the vision is that Kevin Feige and his team are trying to bring us. I again think they should just bring the writers over from Netflix if they can find any of those people. Bring them over here, pay them good money to write good stories. The other thing about this season is it's supposed to go from like 18 down to 12 or 13 episodes, which I'm completely fine with because originally I thought 18 episodes was good, but if there's going to be a lot of episodes where it's just nothing much going on, I don't want to see that. I want to see good episodes of Daredevil. And what am I trying to say here? Um, that's the thing with these TV shows with Disney and Marvel. If they're gonna give us the TV shows, they gotta at least make it like 10 or more. They can't do 6, 7, 8, or 9 because it's just not enough time to tell a good story in 6 episodes. Like you look at the whole Scroll season thing, you know what I mean? It wasn't enough time in that whole season to really give us a good story. I liked it for the most part with the whole secret agent thing going on with um with I forgot his name, Nick Fury. But I want to see more. I want to see more. You know what I mean? So I think that should have been a whole saga. But as far as this Daredevil thing going on, 13 episodes is good. 18 was fine for me, but then when somebody else mentioned that some of the episodes might just be a bunch of filler in between, I'm like, no, I don't want that. It's the whole reason, even though that show was goofy, I stopped watching She-Hulk. I just couldn't get into it. So, um, I like the idea that they're breaking it down to at least having more than 10 episodes, and I like the idea that they're bringing back the OG cast. I think that's a great idea. Like I said, Bullseye, Kevin Feige. I mean, not Kevin Feige, but Feige and Karen. The only one they're not talking about bringing back is the OG Electro Nachos. For whatever reason, I don't know. I've seen people post pictures on social media. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on with this Daredevil storyline. I guess the story goes there. Kingpin is gonna be mayor. He's gonna hire villains to go at Daredevil because he can't do it himself. He can't get his hands dirty like when he was a Kingpin. So now that he's the mayor, he's the face of the city. He has to hire other people to do it for him in the shadows. So that's what the story is with this new Daredevil season is that people are going to be doing the dirty work for Kingpin instead of him doing it on his own. So, what do y'all think about that? Honestly, I'm down for that idea. I think it's time they finally get Kingpin into this MCU movies, not just the TV shows. I think it could be something fun. Um, I talked about Tom Holland Spider Man coming back. I think that could be fun seeing a Daredevil and Spider Man, but somewhere down the line, I want to see Spider Man by himself. But I think that could be a great thing that they can be bringing to the forefront of the MCU. Um, but yeah, sticking with the Daredevil story, uh, I like I said, I'm curious to see what the season's gonna do. I wonder if they're gonna keep him in the red and gold suit. I think that'd be kind of cool. I like it better than what it looks like in the comic. It looks better in live action, better than what they did in comics. I know that they won't be able to keep that whole scary, dark storyline that they've been doing for like the last, I don't know, few years that they were working on Netflix. But try and get it in there as best as y'all possibly can because I don't want to have a goofy Daredevil just doing stupid stuff the whole entire season. You know what I mean? I want to see a little bit more grittier, serious Daredevil. I know it's a little hard to do because it's on Disney Plus and it's supposed to be kid friendly, but I definitely want to see them lean more into a more serious Daredevil than the goofy Daredevil. So yeah, those are all the topics that I've brought to the channel today. Um, if there's anything on this whole list that I'm honestly excited to look forward to, it's probably just the Ripper vs. Yara comic because it's the latest thing coming. As far as the new Iron Fist female lead, I don't know if I talked to you about this yet. I think I did as far as recently. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting the new Iron Fist. So it's going to be a female-led Iron Fist, and basically, uh, Danny, what is it? Danny, what is the old Iron Fist name? Well, whoever the old Iron Fist name, the old Iron Fist character was on Netflix, he's supposed, it's not supposed to be in it, but a rumor he could be in it, but it's going to be a side character, not a main character. Hey, what's going on, man? So the talk is that we are getting a female led Iron Fist, and honestly, I'm I like OG characters. If they can bring back everybody from the Defenders from Netflix, bring back the dude who played Iron Fist. His real name is Finn Jones, and I believe he played Danny Rand. I would like to see him. I would like to see him come back. I know a lot of people probably not feeling his character because maybe the fight scenes or maybe his acting. But I think if they put the money behind the show, I mean behind the movie, it can really be something good. I mean, Marvel's already down, ain't nowhere to go but up, right? But there's talks of him possibly being in this new show, but as a sidekick, basically instead of the main character. But it's nothing set in stone. But a female-led Iron Fist movie, I'm guessing, is on the way. And I know a lot of people are talking about feminist agenda and pushing all these female leads. And I'm all for female leads as long as it's done organically. It's kind of naturally pushed. It just feels like they've been overdoing it over the last 3 or 4 years with a bunch of female leads. So Blur comes in and he says, "I see it was a new one coming up, but I didn't know it was going to be a female." Yeah, man, I saw it on Twitter. People were posting about it. We're supposed to be getting a female lead Iron Fist. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I want to see the OG characters come back. I hope we get Luke Cage back. I liked where his show ended, and I was sad that we didn't get to see a continuation. If y'all don't remember, to refresh your memory, he was basically taking over for Cottonmouth and whatever the sister's name of Cottonmouth. She died at the end of the last season, and Luke Cage was going to take over. So that was something that I forgot the cop chick's name wasn't feeling. So she went to Iron Fist and his friends and like, look, I don't like where Luke Cage is going. So if y'all need to step in and handle it, handle it. But unfortunately, that stuff got axed after Netflix decided since Disney was coming out with their own Disney Plus, they didn't need to keep their shows, so they axed them. But I would like to see all of the Defenders come back. The only 2, maybe 3 shows I liked were Luke Cage and Daredevil. It's been a while since I watched it, so I can't remember much. And that's it. I really wasn't hot on the Iron Fist or Jessica Jones. So I don't know how everybody felt about those 2 shows. I don't think Jessica Jones got a lot of love either. I did eventually get into the Punisher show, which was good. I like it. I didn't watch season 2 because once everything got canceled, I was like, "There's no point watching it since it's just going to end where it's at." But there's talks of him coming back in Daredevil, so I think that's going to be interesting if they decide to bring this dude back. For anybody new coming in, please hit the like and subscribe button. I know everybody's probably watching the football game right now. Your boy is grinding his way up the ladder, trying to reach 4,000 watch time hours by the end of this year. So I'm streaming a lot more, just trying to get my watch time hours up. Working on trying to get more, hopefully get more people on my live stream because I do share this on Twitter and X, and I'm grateful for everybody that can jump in. But yeah, I like the first season of Punisher. I never got into the second season. I'm interested to see, just what they do with these characters now that they're going to be on Disney, because they have to kind of water them down a little bit. They can't go full R rated like they did, or not like they did, but probably what they probably want to do because it's on Disney, so it's kid friendly versus what they did with Netflix. But I'm interested to see what they do. What else can we sit here and talk about right now? Is there anything else going on with Marvel, or maybe if there's anything else going on with DCU? I know that you got, I forgot the guy's name, training right now for the new Spider-Man. I mean the new Superman role. It's kind of weird to not talk about the DC EU right now as far as it being dead and it being buried, and there's no next movie coming out this year, which I'm not super disappointed by. It's just really weird because I'm so used to talking about it, and now there's nothing to talk about. But I'm looking forward to see what James Gunn is bringing to the forefront, because when you look at just when you look at where the DCEU ended, they have nowhere to go but up, right? Because it ended so horribly with a lot of movies tanking. I don't know why everybody thought these movies should have done better than what they did. I mean, maybe they should have if um what is it? If they were in a better place and they were going in the right direction. But since everything was coming to an end, everything from Black Adam to what else came out? Everything from Black Adam to Aquaman to Wonder Woman to The Flash, everything tanked. The only movie that really got any money put behind it at the end was The Flash. Didn't really see a whole lot for Iron Man. Didn't really see a whole lot for. Actually, I did see a lot for Black Adam, but that movie didn't really do well. And didn't see a lot for everything else. Basically, that came out that was supposed to, kind of end the DCU on a good note, wrap it up. So it's weird not having anything right now for the DCU. I'm sorry, for the DC side of things, but I'm looking forward to see what we are getting next year as far as the DCU with James Gunn, what he's going to bring to the table, because I feel like, again, there's nowhere to go but up. And I saw the photos people were comparing of Corn Sweat. I think this is his last name. Trying to compare him to Henry Cavill with the way they look, because if you remember in the first Superman film back in 2013, I think it was, he had the hat on, trying to blend in, trying to have a disguise. And then you saw Corn Sweat in the gym training, putting on some muscle. Because I think I see some of his pictures. He's not too, not too buff, so he's got to bulk up for this movie a little bit. And I like the idea. I'm trying to get positive here. I like the idea that they are. What is it that they're doing? They're having it making an early story of Superman, but they're not. They're not. They're not making it so super early where we probably have to go visit the death of his his dad and everything like that. I hope we don't have to go visit the whole how he died. I hope they kind of just bring it a little bit forward and give us a story where he's Superman, or maybe still learning how to use his powers, or still adjusting to being in the big city. So I hope that's what it is. I know there's been talks of somebody stepping up to play the new Batman. Who's going to step up to play the new Robin? I have no idea. I have no idea. Um, I don't really do any fan cast or anything like that, so I don't know who they have playing any of these characters. I know a lot of people trying to reach out to James Gunn on Twitter to try and ask him about who they think that he's going to be bringing into the DCU. And I honestly have no idea. But I'm looking forward to the Superman movie. I think a lot of people are, they kind of turned off by it a little bit because of the fact that there's going to be so many heroes in it. If I can go online and trying to find like who's all going to be in the movie, it is a star-studded cast. So a lot of people are already saying it feels more like a Justice League movie featuring Superman because you're going to have so many characters in, which I can't argue with y'all. Does anybody know who's gonna be playing Lex Luthor in this new show? I think it's the guy who played Beast in the X-Men in the movies. I think he's playing Lex Luthor. As long as he does a much better job than Jesse Eisenberg, I'm all for it. Because I didn't really feel Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. His Lex Luthor felt like it was a cross between the Joker and himself, and it was just way too freaking goofy, and I wasn't feeling that. So I'm looking forward to see what he does. As far as with this new Superman legacy, I want to see what the suit looks like. Can't wait to see a clip. I just want a good Superman film. Um, I would like to see him eventually face villains that he hasn't faced before, as far as in live action. Um, but yeah, I can't remember exactly who they're going with as far as the villain in the first film. But I've said this before that James Gunn has got to knock this out the park. He has got to swing and hit a home run because the same thing with Man of Steel back in 2012 or 2013 when it came out. That had to be a home run. It was a home run to some, okay to others. To me, I enjoyed the movie. I liked it, especially seeing it on a big screen. It was fucking beautiful because watching Superman fly in a lot of scenes, it felt like he was flying with him, even though you're watching it on a big screen. So I'm curious to see what they do with this new Superman legacy going forward, and who they gonna have. How is this gonna work out? That's the main thing. I want to see what the story and how is it gonna work out now that James Gunn is having all these different actors appearing with him. So that's gonna be interesting to see. I was looking online to see if we have any rumors, any news, but there isn't a whole lot out. I believe it starts shooting this year. Some people were going online talking about maybe they got pictures of Corn Sweat in the suit. I am all for it if they decide to get rid of the red trunks. I don't think they need the red trunks. That's just my opinion. Oh, see, I like the Brainiac idea, but I don't think they're bringing Brainiac in this time soon. I think if they want to bring Brainiac in for like a third single movie, that would be fine. I think they're bringing that one guy who can change into different, like his body is different colors. I can't think of the name of it, but let me see. Superman, James Gunn cast. I gotta look this up because I'm curious to see who's gonna be casted. So let me see the list of actors and actresses that are gonna be in this movie. So you got David Cornswell, that's his first name. Rachel Bronson, she's playing Lois Lane. You got Nathan Fillion. Who is he playing? He's playing Green Lantern. Okay. You got Isabel Mercedes. She's playing. I'm not sure exactly who this character's playing. Doesn't say. You got Eddie Garthiga. I'm just going down some of the names of the list, but that's it. But there's a guy named Anthony Kerrigan, and he's playing Metamorpho. That's what I was thinking about. Metamorpho. So Metamorpho is going to be this huge character, not a huge character, but he's a character who has like different color body skins. I can't remember exactly why, but he's going to be in this movie. But I think there's going to be a female-led villain in this film. But I think for Brainiac, if they kind of do it like what they did with Marvel, right, where everybody kind of gets their own film and then move forward with a superhero team up, I think it would be good if they decided to have Brainiac be a big villain for just Superman in a third film, or if they want to do Superman, Brainiac, and maybe Darkseid, which I know that would be a weird team up. But I do want to see Superman start to fight huge, otherworldly villains, not just earthly villains. I want to see him step up and face huge villains. And again, anybody coming in, please hit that like and subscribe button. I know everybody's at home watching the football game. I've said it over and over. I know it's football Sunday. Everybody's waiting for the Super Bowl, but I see a lot of people are live streaming. I am too. I appreciate anybody that'll stop in. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with this new Superman film. I'm trying to be optimistic about it. I know it's going to be a star-studded cast, but I think it could be something good. Like I said, DC is already down. There is nowhere to go but up. I can actually look up the new DC James Gunn lineup of TV shows and movies. I did want to talk about this real quick. I did not get a chance to watch the new He-Man movie coming out. I didn't know it was going to be a He-Man movie. I thought it was going to be a TV show. So I was blindsided by that. So I'm going to have to definitely make time to watch that. So let me see. I'm looking at the slate. Looking up the slate for what we're getting for DC. I know we're getting the Green Lantern, which is going to be a live action show for both Hal Jordan and I think Jon Stewart. We're supposed to be getting the Creature Commandos. I don't know anything about the Creature Commandos. We are getting a Amanda Waller TV show. We're getting some other animated properties, characters I don't even know about, never heard of them. But at least James Gunn has a direction, which is much better than what they were going before. Now, this is something else I got to talk about real quick. We're supposed to still be getting a J.J. Abrams Superman movie. I guess it's supposed to be a black Superman, which was what the old regime wanted to do before, because it was going to be Henry Cavill Superman, a black Superman, and with Michael B. Jordan on HBO Max, and now it's just called Max. And then I guess we're going to have a third Superman film before James Gunn was brought in, before the whole shift happened with the new regime. I wasn't feeling that. I still don't think we need another Superman. It doesn't matter if it's on Max or not. We do not need another Superman. Give us one damn Superman. If that's the case, bring back Henry fucking Cavill. That's just my thought on that. That's just my thought on it. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Thank you for stopping in. So that's my thought on that. We just need one Superman. But for whatever reason, I'm looking at the article and it says James Gunn comments on whether J.J. Abrams' Superman movie is still happening despite Superman Legacy. I don't think we need another Superman film. In my opinion, we don't. I don't see why. Like that just doesn't make sense to me at all. So, like I said, I'm trying to be optimistic for what James Gunn is bringing to the table. He has a vision of where he wants to go, which is much better than what we were supposed to get. I mean, much better than what we were getting in the old DC regime. I know a lot of people are going to miss it. I'm still missing it too. But I've also moving forward with the fact that we're getting the new Superman Legacy. We're getting this new DC regime taking over, because with the old regime, they had no idea what they want to do. And now that we got the new team coming in with James Gunn, he has the vision, he has a plan, and that's what we need. And it's funny because you still got people still getting Restore the Snyderverse trending on Twitter, and I don't understand why. Like, there's no reason for it. Move forward, put all the energy into the new DC movies and TV shows that we got coming out, because that's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm excited about. It's an off year for DC because they're not bringing out anything until 2025. So I can imagine the Comic Cons coming in 2025 are going to be good if we get a clip or trailer or something for Superman Legacy going next year. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Road to Wisdom comes in. He says, "We need Man of Steel, bro. I don't care about Superman Legacy. I hope it all fails and he has to go back to Cavill. He has to go back to Cavill. Oh, that's cold, man. That's cold. Superman of Steel too." Oh man, you know what, man? My first video was Restore the Snyderverse. I've been talking about Restore the Snyderverse for a while, man. I've been wanting them to bring back Man of Steel 2, but I'm accepting the fact that we're not getting it. I'm accepting the fact that we're not getting it. It seems like Zack Snyder is full on into his new universe of Rebel Moon, which if y'all saw, I mean, it was okay. I'm not a big Star Wars fan, y'all know this. And it did have some Star Wars, I guess, kind of close moments, but I guess the movie was supposed to be Star Wars in the first place, but it turned out, that they didn't want to go with that, so he made it into his own thing. But I think that's pretty funny, man. Don't have to be Snyderverse, just be Man of Steel 2. I agree, man. And look, we gonna get Man of Steel 2, but it's not gonna be called Man of Steel 2. It's gonna be what James Gunn decides to give us, which could be, Superman Legacy 2 or whatever. It's just not gonna be Man of Steel 2. That's the thing. So we getting it probably eventually. It's just not gonna be Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill. And yeah, when Henry Cavill made the news that he wasn't coming back, man, I was super disappointed. I was like, man, that really hit me like a ton of bricks, because I knew it was coming, but I just wasn't expecting it to happen, so soon. But he said he had a meeting, so we know what it is. We know what it is. So Rebel Moon was whack for the most part. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong, man. I didn't really care for Rebel Moon that much either. It was okay. It was okay. The bad villain I liked, but I think the issue was we never really got a chance to connect with the other cast members on that show. The other heroes were just there to move the story along. We only saw like 3 people talk, and that was it. Everybody else was just there. But again, when it comes to what we're getting in the DCU, I'm trying to be optimistic. I know a lot of people are missing that DCEU, but I mean, look at where it ended up. I mean, we should have been got a Superman 2. Superman should have been fighting Brainiac and Darkseid and all these other big, huge, otherworldly characters a long time ago. If they would have followed the Marvel route but just kept it serious over on the DC side, everything would have been cool. I mean, Marvel laid out the blueprint. So I don't know how in the world. No, actually, I do know. They wanted that Marvel money, decided to cash in early, and it failed. And yeah, I agree. They did do Cavill dirty. And let me see. The Road to Wisdom comes in. I like the slow motion, but other than that, it was, man. Yeah, the slow motion was cool, but it was overdone way too much. They overdid that slow motion multiple times. So they do it maybe 2 times in the movie. That's fine. Just have it separated, but don't do it throughout the whole damn movie. But Netflix threw a bag at him and let him do what it do. But I guess we're supposed to be getting a director's cut. I think that's what it is, where he's basically going to be having where he's basically going to be having like a longer version of the movie. I think Netflix should let him do whatever he wanted to do with this version instead of having to come out with a longer version, because people may not feel, who weren't feeling this movie, may not want to sit back and go back and watch a longer version of the movie, or they may have felt like, why didn't you give us this in the first place? Like, he's got to stop having these extra long versions and be able to tell a movie within a 1 hour or 2 hour span if that's what he's trying to do. That's just my opinion on that. They did Cavill dirty. Yeah, they did, man. Cavill should have been. They did the whole thing dirty. I would have been fine if they would have kept the whole cast and just tried to come up with a new storyline. Because people were saying that Cavill was just getting a little too up there in age to play the new to continue playing Superman. And some of the actors they're older than he is. You know what I mean? Or at least I think Gal Gadot is older than he is. That's just my point on that. So Road Wisdom comes in. Gunn needs to take a page out of Kevin Smith's book. The He-Man Revelations was a slap to a lot of fans. The second He-Man Revolution is fire. He listened to the fans. Now it's much better. I haven't got a chance to watch that. I was not expecting that to be a movie. I thought it was going to be a TV show. So I got to catch that and do my review. So I'm glad you're saying it's fire. I'm definitely check out the live stream we got with Rob later on. So yeah, I did not know that was going to be a movie. I thought it was going to be a TV show. And yeah, man, Cavill too old. What the hell? Yeah, man. So there's people out there, at least one person I've seen talk about Henry Cavill being too old to continue to play Superman, which I think they could have used him for another like 10 or 12 years. You know what I mean? If they get the right story and put it around him, I think that he would have been fine being Superman for another 10 or 12 years. I'm sure a lot of y'all know that. Who was it? Dwayne The Rock Johnson. His Black Adam movie, I did not like. Every time I see that at the store, I'm like, why is this on the shelf? This movie was freaking trash. I did not care for it. I think it just didn't, it felt like it's an early 2000s movie that they waited too long to put out, and then when they put it out, it didn't work for me. It felt like an early 2000s movie. It didn't feel like an updated movie of now, and I didn't like it. And of course, everybody knew he had the whole Henry Cavill appearance. A lot of people didn't support the movie in theaters. I was one of them. I waited till it hit streaming before I saw it. And I'm not sad. I'm glad I didn't waste my money. But like I said, we getting the new DCU. Danny, try and be open-minded, man, and just look forward to what we getting. You know, it could be something good. I know everybody wants the Henry Cavill thing back, but he's going on to new greener pasture. Then it was like the train started to fall off the track a long time ago because nobody knew if Ben Affleck was going to stay around and continue to play Batman. Then you had the issues eventually way after with Ray Fisher. Anybody know what happened to that dude? The only thing I've seen him in is just this Rebel Moon stuff. And then you had, who else had some issues? Ezra Miller. Out of everybody, I would have been fine if they would have recast Ezra Miller. I think he did a good job in the. I think he did a good job in the Zack Snyder, his edition of the Justice League movie better than the James Whedon when it came out in like 2015, 2014, something like that. So we got another one coming in. Let me see. You can say whatever you want. Cavill Superman versus Black Adam would have been fire. I agree with you. I do agree that would have been fire, man. But it's like, I think that the fact that Dwayne Johnson tried to step over everybody's foot and go straight and talk to David Zaslav. He wanted to have a Superman versus Black Adam, and he was just like, look, that's what I'm going with. And because I guess David Zaslav wasn't feeling him not talking to the other executives before he came to him, and they also, he benched the whole thing. On top of that, he wanted to, he never wanted to have anything to do with Shazam, but he's Shazam foe, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? So got a lot of coming in from the Road to Wisdom. So he also says let me go back to this one. So he also says that is a lost opportunity. Damn. Let's see here. He says Black Adam wasn't as bad as a lot of other movies. In my opinion, I didn't care for it. Eternals was trash. Eternals was okay. It was just a super long movie because they had so many heroes. Obviously, we ain't getting the sequel of that. So that's something you ain't got to worry about. The Flash. The Flash is garbage. I agree. I don't understand. Like, that movie got so much money behind it. And you had even James Gunn talking about it was one of the greatest movies, superhero movies of all time, or something like that. Quote me if I'm wrong. I don't understand, but that movie was garbage. I didn't like it. If they would have followed the movie storyline versus if if they would have followed the animated storyline with bringing in Bruce's dad to play Batman instead of going with this alternative universe thing they went with, I think it would have been so much better. You know what? You got a point. That Green Lantern was hot garbage. I would rather go back and watch Black Adam than go watch Green Lantern. I just got tired of the mom and her kid in that damn movie. It just got so I got tired of them, man. They was getting on my nerves. Let's see. you can't you can't if you you can't if you want, man, but that's okay. I get your point. I get your point. I actually got a lot more. I get your point, man. Let me see. The Rock just didn't understand comics. I mean, like I said, he wanted to steamroll over everybody and make it a Black Adam versus Superman, kind of a build-up. And he didn't want to have anything to do with Shazam. I never watched any of this Shazam movie still to this day because I've just never been a big Shazam fan. I know he's appeared in animated films, but no live action stuff, or even he was back in the early 2000s, the Justice League stuff, but he was kind of like a side character, not the main character, right? And I feel like this. I feel like coming up on a 5-minute warning, I got 5 more minutes. So I feel like I don't know. It is what it is, man. You know, it's the end of the DC EU. We get in the DCU, but okay, that's what I was trying to say. Okay, so when it comes to the Black Adam and The Rock, he tried to steamroll over everybody. He didn't get what he wanted. The movie didn't make its money back. It wasn't successful the way that DC at the time wanted it to be. So we not getting the sequel. So it is what it is. And let me see. The Eternals was trash. Nobody liked the Eternals. So that's why we got not getting the sequel. Green Lantern wasted Sinestro. The end scene credit was the best part of the Green Lantern. I agree. Yeah, they completely screwed that movie all the way up. At least there was no pressure on Ryan Reynolds because the DC, it was still way early in the DCU before they became what they became. But that movie wasn't good at all. I didn't really care for the villain. I was bored. I didn't even see it in theaters. I saw it on DVD when I got it at a library. So I didn't even see the whole damn thing. But I'm trying to be optimistic for what we're getting going into the future of the DCU. And that's all I can ask people to do. If you want to be for it, you're for it. If you don't want to be for it, that's on you too. I ain't got no problem with that. I can't have a problem with that. But I'm just trying to be optimistic because it's what we're getting, And no matter how many people bang at the door and talking about we want the DCU back, we're not getting it. But I think it would have been fun to see Henry Cavill and them stay around, even if they would have had to find a new Flash. I don't think it would have been that hard. A lot of people were talking about trying to bring TV Flash in. Who is my Flash? I like the TV Flash and more than I like the movie Flash, just because it just didn't work out that well for me. And he was too much of a goofy idiot. So yeah, but we're getting the new DCU in 2025. I'll be sitting there when Superman Legacy comes out. I'll try and see it opening night. If not, I'll try and see it that weekend. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be like every other big movie where it comes out either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I'm going to definitely try and get there when it comes out because I want to see it. I got to see it. And we've got another one coming in from the Road to Wisdom. It says, go check out Masters of the Universe Revolutions. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out as soon as I get done with this live stream. I got 2 more minutes, y'all. 2 more minutes. I'm grateful for everybody that stopped in. I'm definitely going to be live streaming more. Hopefully, as long as nothing else is going on at 1 p.m. on Sundays, CST time. And if not at 1 p.m., it'll definitely be on Sundays at 7. I'll definitely let y'all know way in advance. Like I said, my goal is to get this channel to 4,000 watch time hours by the end of this year and 1,400 subscribers. Right now, I'm sitting at 1,372, so I still got a ways to go with my watch time hours and 1,306 YouTube subscribers. So anybody new, hit that like button, share this on all y'all social media feeds, help your boy reach his goal of getting to the YouTube Partner Program by the end of this year. But I'm grateful for everybody that stopped in, man. Danny, you're a very funny guy, man. His comments have had me in stitches. He says, good show, bro. You going against football, bro. May want to rethink that. Yeah, you're not lying, man. I know. I forgot that it was coming on today. I really did, man. Yeah, I forgot the football was coming on today. Is that Super Bowl Sunday? Is that next week, is it? Oh, it's the 4th. Oh, damn. Okay, so what I might do is man, I'm busy both those days. So yeah, I might not live stream next Sunday. I forgot that is football Sunday. Damn. So yeah, next Sunday, I think I'm about to cancel that live stream and redo it another day, or maybe have it before the end of the week gets here. Because I forgot it's Super Bowl Sunday. Man, I forgot. Thank you for letting me know that because it completely slipped my mind. I might try and catch it somewhere or just chill at home. But yeah, so let me see. Super Bowl 2024. No, okay, no, Super Bowl is on the 11th. So I can actually live stream because it won't be until the week after. So yes, I will be live streaming next Sunday. I got some stuff I got to take care of, but I should be able to live stream. It might be a late one, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream right now. Thank you, I appreciate letting me know. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream right now. I appreciate everybody that can stop by. I'll definitely be live streaming more into the future. So just keep stopping by. I'm gonna hopefully get more people in this live stream, at least stream for an hour. But this has been a fun live stream. I can't wait to do more. So thank you everybody who stopped by. I'll be live streaming in the future. Hopefully get to live stream with other YouTubers as well. Once I get me a better mic. Thank you for stopping in. I'm gonna end it right now. I'll catch you on my next live. Thank you.